It's the last day of May, and that means tomorrow is June 1st, which is the start, yes, of hurricane season. Forecasters are predicting an above normal season, and we have live team coverage this morning as we prepare for the start of the season. We begin with CBS News Miami's Dave Warren. He is live at the National Hurricane Center in West Miami-Dade. Dave, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Maribel. This is where the forecast comes out of. A busy, active season is what they're forecasting here. What we are preparing for here is a little briefing. They're going to go over some of the new things that they're looking at this year. A lot of information to come in here. This comes in, goes out, and brings the information here to the National Hurricane Center. That's where all the forecasting work is done. Now, there's new things this year, but we also have the cone. And the big thing this year that you'll notice, about midway through the season, they're going to go to this experimental cone. The cone is forecasting the center of the storm and the air, and as that gets closer to land, the impacts from the storm can actually extend out of the cone. So now you're going to see those impacts over top of the cone as a storm gets closer to land. Here in South Florida, we know that you could evacuate from the coast just a few miles, but you're still in the impacts of that storm, which could actually go across the entire Florida peninsula. I talked to Dr. Mike Brennan, the director of the National Hurricane Center. This is what he had to say about that new product.
Yeah, we're going to depict an experimental version of the cones coming out mid-hurricane season. It's going to show the tropical storm and hurricane watches and warnings for the wind hazard across inland areas, not just along the coast. Those watches and warnings, as you noted, can cover sometimes the entire Florida peninsula.
Yeah, the entire Florida peninsula. So that's the big thing that they'll look at this year here. And again, that'll go into effect midway through the season here in August. But what's going into effect tomorrow is the start of hurricane season. A lot of activity here today as they get ready to talk about what's in store for us this season.
All right, Dave, thank you. And hard to believe it's already happening. And you know what? We have to be prepared for sure, Lissette.
Yeah, and tomorrow is June 1st. That's it. Hurricane season is off, and we need to have our hurricane kit and our plan in place, as we've been mentioning over and over again, as it's expected to be a very active season. NOAA forecasting an extraordinary and extremely above average season with 17 to 25 named storms expected, 8 to 13 hurricanes, 4 to 7 Category 3 or stronger hurricanes. So now is the time, while things are quiet in the tropics, to get everything ready and in place. In the meantime, as you're getting ready for the weekend, we are waking up to a warm start with a mid to upper 80s. Temperatures right now feeling like the low 90s. A lot of sunshine out there heating us up in a hurry. It is dry out there. We have the wind out of the east, 9-10 miles an hour. Gusts as high as 25 to 35 miles per hour today. And that will be a headline for the weekend. It'll be downright breezy to windy at times. So hang on to your hats. And you may want to hang on to the umbrella. The rain chance is not high today or tomorrow, but Sunday it is going to go up a bit. Highs will climb to around 90 today, still very hot to end the month of May. And if you're headed to the beach to try and cool down, just be careful, because we already have a moderate risk of rip currents. As we head into the weekend, it will be a dangerous high risk of rip currents as that strong ocean breeze continues, and that will be building with the UV index being extreme. Small craft advisory going into effect this evening for the Atlantic waters. Winds northeast 15 to 20 knots, seas 2 to 3, choppy conditions for you on the bay. So yeah, hazardous beach and boating conditions expected, and small craft caution over the Florida Keys, which will likely become an advisory. So a heads up there. As we head throughout the day today, storms will likely be moving inland and then off to the west because of that east breeze. Front is going to move through and bring our temperatures and humidity down a little bit. It'll certainly make a difference. Breezy with isolated showers and storms tomorrow. Sunday, the rain chances go up a bit as it looks like this front will lift back north, and then we'll be in for those daily rounds of afternoon storms next week. So looking at your Friday, the bulk of the action, it's off to our west over the Everglades and the Gulf Coast. Tomorrow is looking dry. Make those plans to get outside. But Sunday, we're seeing a lot more activity than previously expected because the models are now giving us a more updated forecast and indicating we could see some more showers and storms. It won't be a washout, but we'll start to see that rain chance gradually increase. But here's the treat, that we'll see highs back in the upper 80s, closer to where they should be at this time of year. Instead of the 90s, we'll take it. Tomorrow, about a 20% chance of rain, 30 on Sunday. As we head into next week, we'll see even more showers and storms, and temperatures will climb, and we'll be back to the 90s by next Thursday.